If the bull market started today, would you be ready for it? Bitcoin is currently printing patterns that we have seen just before the last 3 bull markets, and it looks like it's about to happen all over again. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what is going on behind the scenes and why I think we are very, very close to a big rally towards the upside for the king of crypto and the other cryptos surrounding it. I'm also going to break down what you need to be looking out for in terms of your crypto portfolio. Hit the like button and let's get into it. Now, I just want to give you a very simple and hard-hitting visual about where we are right now. 2012, 2016, 2020, the last 3 bull markets, and we had a pump towards the upside, a bit of a dump, and then we rallied. And I know what many people are thinking. Oh, well, you know, it's not happening yet. The economy is not looking good. Or, well, this is happening or that's happening. 3 times, with the exception of what happened in COVID, this has happened. And I want to tell you something. A lot of people focus quite heavily on the sentiment side of things. And what I mean by the sentiment, I mean like across YouTube, across Twitter, many people are extremely bearish. And as you probably have realized, if you're subscribed to this channel, then I would have told you many times, the more bearish the overall sentiment, the more I will turn and go against the grain, because it symbolizes something very important. The majority has to be wrong. Okay, so the majority right now, if you can come across to use sentiment's data, are all referring to things about inflation, they're referring to bear markets, bearish sentiment, and various other stances towards crypto. This causes lots of people to bet against the market, and it makes more favorable conditions for the big money to get their liquidity in the right places. And that's why this little rally that happened this morning that was only around 3% in Bitcoin caused a $75 million market liquidation. So what that basically means is everyone's going short and betting the price to go down from here, and then suddenly it rips back against them, and then they all get liquidated. Now I want to draw something else to your attention, guys. This is from the Scalping Pro, and it looks back in 2016, and it compares it to the price now, where it topped out, it hit a bottom, and then it basically slowly kind of consolidated and then built back up. This is a monthly chart. And right now you can see that we're in a very steady consolidation phase, and we've just had a bullish crossover here on the MACD. That means we're looking to rally into a bull market that could see a blow off top towards the end of 2025. Now, there's other things going on in the world right now that are also crucial. Obviously, we have an ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. And as well as that, now there's one developing in the Middle East between Palestine and Israel. And that saw many rushing to buy assets such as gold and silver, because those are the traditional hedges on inflation, and they effectively offer security during times of uncertainty. What we have, however, not seen during this period of time was much in terms of a movement from Bitcoin. But the more this continues, the more likelihood you might see of people moving towards cryptocurrency as a hedge against such events. You'll also notice that all of the negative press and stuff recently that we've had has started to shift a little bit more positive. FTX liquidated stake $150 million of Ethereum and Solana tokens during the week. Now, about a month ago, everyone was telling me that Solana was going to dump towards the downside because FTX were going to unlock all their Solana tokens and then just dump it onto the market. FTX is now trying to become a successful company once more because it's obviously got some money to repay, and they're not stupid. They're accumulating crypto at the bottom of the market. They're staking it so they can earn an additional 7%. And that's ultimately going to secure a lot of market value as well. Right now, and for over the last sort of 6 to 12 months, we've started to see bigger money starting to accumulate crypto again, staking it away, securing it, ready for the next bull market. Because there's one thing that you can be sure of as we look into this Bitcoin chart. The price of Bitcoin right now, sat at $27,700, is cheap compared to where it's going to be in the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, who knows? This is what people fail to talk about when they're having a bearish sentiment on the market. Absolutely, Bitcoin has the ability to go lower, but if it does go significantly higher from here, then they're going to be left without an opportunity to get involved. And while I've been looking at Ben Cowan talking recently about Bitcoin dominance and how it's draining on the altcoins, you've only got to see the reaction to the market when Bitcoin has a good day. You see Solana up 5%, we see Render up 8%, see Games for a Living, etc. going up 5%. Now, he's right. If Bitcoin continues to sort of be a little bit sideways and potentially go down, then you're going to see a much more painful hit on the altcoin market. But if you look at this chart for Bitcoin, every time we've seen these rallies, we've seen a very big push in the altcoin market, and the altcoin market itself absolutely explodes every time. Therefore, you have to anticipate that if the next move in Bitcoin happens and we see a push like this, then you're going to have to understand that the moves that happen in the altcoin will be very big. Now, on the fundamental grounds, I'm anticipating Bitcoin going and moving in this pattern as I've literally just posted here. I think we're going to see it in others as well. Ethereum, as you can see, is in a very interesting place in this bullish descending wedge, which you can see has found support at the same area of this ascending triangle. You can see that there's point right here is going to likely break, and we're going to see this. This is like a 28 to 34% push towards the top of this price chart. Now, if you then break beyond here, the actual technical target from this ascending triangle is all the way up at $3,400, which lo and behold is pretty much in line with these highs here. Just how much longer could you afford to wait and miss out on these particular coins? Because all you're really betting on right now is the potential for a black swan event to wipe Bitcoin down to here. That's what you're doing if you're waiting for coins to go lower. Now, all I simply am doing right now is accumulating a bunch of coins that have a few different things. I want them to have a good community, a very active community, lots of people vibing and getting on well with the projects. Casper has this, a good example of a good community. I want them to have some technology behind what they're doing that is very different from what everyone else out there is doing. And it might be that off-chain there is competitors, etc. But in terms of a crypto environment, I want them to have limited competition in the space. Therefore, something like Render Token has caught my eye. I want them to be in an industry that is booming, particularly within the crypto ecosystem. I think that GameFi is going to see a very big push towards the upside, and that's why I'm interested in coins like Veracity, because of esports. It's why I'm interested in Games for a Living and Gala, despite the negative sentiment surrounding them. I'm excited about cryptos that have built incredible partnerships and will continue to develop those partnerships, such as Hedera, who have a killer governing council, and such as Solana, who've made a big deal recently with Visa as well as Shopify. And there's plenty of others out there. And right now, if you've not already been doing it, you should be researching and understanding more about these projects and what they do. There's a lot of cryptos I talked about in yesterday's video that are all worth going and having a look at the websites and understanding a little bit more about what they do and how to understand them. So really, you need to just focus on the community. You need to focus on the use case of that particular coin. You need to focus on the partnerships and deals that these coins are doing. You need to focus on the industry and whether or not that industry has good potential for growth. And then you do need to understand a little bit more about the tokenomics, whether or not they've got massive unlocks coming, the circulating supply, that good stuff. And then also you need to look into the team. Does the team have a good reputation? Have they had a lot of experience building the platforms that they're building right now? And that's something else that's very key. Now, I get that it might get annoying that I'm just telling you over and over again that we are running out of time. And I know many people won't agree with me, but that's fine, because I'm prepared that if I'm wrong, that I can sit in the red for a little bit. But if I'm right, then there's no better time than right now. That's simple, guys. I'm continuing to DCA into my favorite projects. Every time they get a dip towards the downside or I got some cash coming in, then I will look for the best opportunity and I will continue to DCA in, because I don't think there's much time left at all. And I think the writing is hanging on the wall. You wait for a Bitcoin ETF to be approved and then you try and FOMO in. You're too late. You need to be getting in before those things, in my opinion. Obviously not financial advice. Do your own research. And if you want to go and pick up any crypto coins, guys, go to the MEXC, which is linked down below in the description. So you get 0% fees on spot. That means if you're trading Bitcoin into Ethereum or whatever else, it's not going to cost you anything. That's linked down below. Don't use Coinbase, guys. Coinbase is insanely expensive. This is the cheapest exchange. It's also got way over 3,000 coins, which is almost more than any other site out there. And if you go through the link down below, you'll also get sign-up bonuses and that good stuff. Now, if you're in the United States, you'll find it difficult to access MEXC and other decent exchanges. And therefore, you need to use a NordVPN, which is also linked down below. And if you use my link, you'll get 4 months extra free using this, and then after that it's like the price of a cup of coffee. It's a no-brainer. You should be using a NordVPN, guys. It's the biggest VPN provider, but they're going to protect you against people spying on your trades, people spying on your wallets and all that good stuff. It's double encrypted, so you can change the location wherever you are in the world and no one can spy on what you're doing, which is really essential if you are trading any sort of volumes in crypto. It also allows you to access exchanges like MEXC, where you can trade for pretty much free using that link down below in the description, rather than using Coinbase where you're paying like $9 for a trade, which is just insane. Use that link down below, guys. See you in the very next video. Bye-bye.